The Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution was the transition to new manufacturing processes in the period from about 1760 to sometime between 1820 and 1840. This transition included going from hand production methods to machines, new chemical manufacturing and iron production processes, improved efficiency of water power, the increasing use of steam power, the development of machine tools, and the rise of the factory system. Textiles were the dominant industry of the Industrial Revolution in terms of employment, value of output, and capital invested. The textile industry was also the first to use modern production methods. The Industrial Revolution began in Great Britain, and most of the important technological innovations were British. The major highlights were textiles. Mechanized cotton spinning powered by steam or water greatly increased the output of a worker. The power loom increased the output of a worker by a factor of over 40. The cotton gin increased productivity of removing seed from cotton by a factor of 50. Large gains in productivity also occurred in spinning and weaving of wool and linen, but they were not as great as in cotton. James Watt improved on Newcomen's 1712 steam engine with his Watt steam engine in 1781. Steam power. The efficiency of steam engines increased so that they used between 1/5 and 1/10 as much fuel. The adaptation of stationary steam engines to rotatory motion made them suitable for industrial uses. The high-pressure engine had a high power-to-weight ratio, making it suitable for transportation. Steam power underwent a rapid expansion after 1800. Iron making. The substitution of coke for charcoal greatly lowered the fuel cost for pig iron and wrought iron production. Using coke also allowed larger blast furnaces, resulting in economies of scale. The cast iron blowing cylinder was first used in 1760. It was later improved by making it double-acting, which allowed higher furnace temperatures. The puddling process produced a structural-grade iron at a lower cost than the finery forge. The rolling mill was 15 times faster than hammering wrought iron. Hot blast, 1828, greatly increased fuel efficiency in iron production in the following decades. Machine tools. The Industrial Revolution created a demand for metal parts used in machinery. This led to the development of several machine tools for cutting metal parts. Chemicals. The large-scale production of chemicals was an important development during the Industrial Revolution. The first of these was the production of sulfuric acid. Cement. In 1824, Joseph Aspdin, a British bricklayer turned builder, patented a chemical process for making Portland cement, which was an important advance in the building trades. Gas lighting. Another major industry of the later Industrial Revolution was gas lighting. The first gas lighting utilities were established in London between 1812 and 1820. Gas lighting affected social and industrial organization because it allowed factories and stores to remain open longer than with candles or oil. Glass making. A new method of producing glass, known as the cylinder process, was developed in Europe during the early 19th century. In 1832, this process was used by the Chance brothers to create sheet glass. They became the leading producers of window and plate glass. Paper machine. A machine for making a continuous sheet of paper on a loop of wire fabric was patented in 1798 by Nicholas Lewis Robert. Agriculture. Industrial technologies that affected farming included the seed drill, the Dutch plough, which contained iron parts, and the threshing machine. Many other developments and improvements followed. There were development in mining, canals, roads, and railways made its appearance. Impacts of Industrial Revolution. Clothes and consumer goods became affordable due to mass production, and the standard of living of the population underwent a change. Farmers and agricultural laborer became unemployed, cities developed slums, due to workers coming from the villages into towns. The existing family life became altered as women began working in the textile and other industries while men worked in mines, metallurgy and metalworks, glassworks and machine. Imperialism. Imperialism means to extend a country's power through military and diplomacy. It also has been defined as a policy of extending a country's power and influence through colonization, use of military force, or other means. The age of imperialism, a time period beginning around 1700, saw generally European, industrializing nations engaging in the process of colonizing, influencing, and annexing other parts of the world in order to gain political power. Although imperialist practices have existed for thousands of years, the term Age of Imperialism generally refers to the activities of European powers from the early 18th century through to the middle of the 20th century. Britain's imperialist ambitions can be seen as early as the 16th century. In 1599, the British East India Company was established and was chartered by Queen Elizabeth in the following years. By 1858, after the Indian Uprising of 1857, colonial India became part of the British Empire after being relieved from the rule of the East India Company. During the imperialist rule, India was used a market for British goods